I found some lists of free items that you can make money on eBay with, and we're gonna find out how true these claims are. These are pulled from 4 different articles that I found about how you can find stuff in your backyard or in the garbage or stuff that you already have that you can sell without having to go sourcing for money. Really popular one on all of these lists that got talked about is lots of empty toilet paper rolls. After you're done wiping your butt, you just hang on to the cardboard rolls, stockpile them, and that's free money, baby! Or is it? 49 sold to 449 actives, which reads to me as a lot of people trying to make passive income with, or should we call it passive income? I think we should. What do you think? This idea is overrated. This is the best that you can hope for here because you're not selling commercial brand new rolls. Is it possible to make money with this? Yes. Think about the hassle of storing, photographing, shipping toilet paper rolls. I feel that there are better ways to make money. This is a tricky one. 4-leaf clovers, actual clovers that you can find growing in the wild. If you can dry them, press them, or put them in little glass decorative bottles, you can allegedly sell them. It's really tough to find like good search terms for those though. Here's a listing of 36 of them that sold for $8, shipped from China. Here's one that got put in some jewelry. So you're competing against Chinese sellers that can sell for $1.60 with free shipping. I don't know how that is possible. The wonders of commerce. This is, I think, what you can aim for. Wow, 25 pounds or 25 bucks? That's crazy. Do I stand corrected? There's a ton of these, all from the UK. Here's one that's sold domestically for $8, $7. I guess it's possible. Sell-through is low, and this suffers from so many contingencies. Can you even imagine this being scalable in any way, of being a good use of your time? Like the time that you would spend looking for these. Maybe if you have kids and you want to skirt child labor laws and have them go and source 4-leaf clovers for you in the yard, or if you happen to be picnicking and you find these things, I guess, but take that time, use it to go thrifting for half an hour. You'll make 500 times more money probably. This is one of the ones that surprised me. This is actually kind of legit, it seems. There apparently are people that collect money that has novel, interesting serial numbers with repeating integers or strings of the same integer. Here is a $1 bill that sold because it has a bunch of 2s all in a row for $11. Around 5,000 sold to 1,500 active. This, I am shocked to say, looks like a legit, potentially free niche. If you look through your cache for this stuff, you may be able to 10x, as Darth Cardone says, your dollar investment of owning $1. If you want some ideas of actually good stuff to resell, this is the Menswear Manifesto. It's 160 pages long, 401 men's clothing brands broken down in excruciating detail based on sell-through by category of clothing and dissected painstakingly. It's pay what you want, so figure out what you think it's worth. Give me that for it. Links to that and the update, I have a supplement for it, are in the description. Big lots of sea glass that you can collect from the sea. 2,600 sold to 4,600 active. Sell-through is not terrible. This is interesting. I think the provenance of the sea glass might be relevant if people think that it's worth more because it's from Europe. This is a well-established phenomenon in reselling, then maybe. I'm a little skeptical because, again, the investment of time, if you're doing this specifically for side cash, the amount of time it takes to go to the ocean and scavenge pieces, sort them into these themed colored lots. If you just went to a thrift store, I would bet one novelty sequential dollar that you would make more money. But technically, it's not awful. Like here's a heterogeneous mix of sea glass. Looks like someone just found on the beach, rare somehow for some reason, sold for, what is that, 14 bucks? Similar, Driftwood. If you search just for Driftwood, you'll get 8 billion irrelevant results. I just picked natural as a more focused search. Sell-through is decent, again, about a third sell-through. These big, interesting looking pieces. Everything that I said though about sea glass will apply here. If you happen to walk on the beach every morning and you find some novel driftwood, then maybe you can sell it for 35 bucks. I know people use these in terrariums and in their gardens and stuff. Like that looks like it was sculpted, 29 bucks. Maybe if you have some power tools, you can shave a flat surface or two, make it stand upright. Like this money is not terrible, but then you have to consider, okay, now you have to ship this. How do you package and ship this so that it doesn't break in transit? How much time is that going to take? Also, is it good to start scraping natural resources out of certain environments and making money off of it? I seem to recall there being a kind of spotty history ecologically of such activities. I don't know. Is stripping driftwood off the beach bad for the environment? I don't know. I'm agnostic, but I think possibly, yeah. Pine cones, another one that gets talked about in all of these articles. Large pine cones, people use them for crafting. Sell-through is not great. If you happen to have one of these trees in your yard that produces these giant pine cones, then maybe, yeah, if you're spending $0 and you can sell it for $7.50 with free shipping, throw them in a box, maybe some bubble wrap or something, or you can sell them in these big lots. This actually, of the true freebie kind of nature-based niches, is the one that I could see representing some kind of valid side cash thing if you happen to have one of these right outside your door. Or if you walk and hike in an area where it's legal to collect these. I assume that it's legal, probably good to double check, and it's no added extra hassle for you, then maybe. A lot of people say empty perfume bottles. Begs the question, can you really get these for free? This kind of falls into the gray area of if you happen to buy expensive perfume a lot and you have empty name brand bottles sitting around that you don't want, then sure. But could you just go out in the world and reliably find these? Probably not. Maybe at garage sales, this is a good thing to know about. Something like this sold for, I don't know how much, best offer under 200. This one sold for 50, but it's got the box. 2,700 sold to 1,300 active, or 13,000 active. This is gonna boil down to, it's probably gonna be a pretty opportunistic thing. I don't know how sustainable this would be or how scalable, and it's gonna boil down to the specific brand of perfume. Very similar, Perfume Samples. You can get these in magazines. I think they hand them out at malls and stuff. I could be wrong. Sell-through is kind of whatever. This is probably a crowded niche. I could see it if you get these sent to you in the mail, or if you're, you know, like I have found these at thrift stores before, these boxes of samples. You know, if you found that somewhere for like $1-2 and it's a relatively in-demand sample, then yeah, sure. Most of the utility of these niches is going to boil down to how often you run into it. Installation CDs, another one that's kind of in this zone of like, can you really get them for free? Maybe if you get a lot of CDs off of OfferUp or something, or you just find them in the trash or something. Vintage software, I have sold before. I have sold these installation CDs before. Again, it boils down to what is the program. I've sold, I think, this exact software before, or something very similar to it, like vintage Mac CDs. These still cost money at most thrift stores though. Here's a zany one. People collect My Coke rewards. $11 to 77. Here's 300 of them that sold for $14. This is my face. Look, if you drink a massive amount of Coke, I guess why not hang on to these? 643 of them sold for this much. Look, they're valueless. I would not bother. Gift cards are legit. This is a legitimate niche that has asterisks next to it because eBay has some pretty stringent regulations about what kind of gift cards can be sold how. Digital download gift cards you can't sell. There's a maximum dollar value that you can sell in a certain period of time. But if you happen to be given these, I guess, or you find them, I've done this before. I didn't end up selling them, but I found gift cards in pockets of pants that I pick up thrifting. Sometimes you find them at the bottom of bins, at the bins. And if you can look them up online and see if they have value, you can just redeem these yourself. I think I did actually buy some socks or something from Abercrombie with a gift card like this. I would say that's probably the utility of it, because selling used gift, I don't think you even can sell used gift cards. Check out the gift cards policy page on eBay first. Someone was claiming that magazines are a good free niche. I am again skeptical. Yes, of course you can make money with magazines. This is such a broad category. This is like selling books. Arguably even more difficult and complicated than selling books because it boils down to specific issues and specific magazines, and you kind of have to know what you're doing. If you can find them for free, which I guess maybe you can, I would see them occasionally in the free bins at library book sales. Or if you can get them at garage sales for free or dirt cheap, then there might be an opportunity. This is a tough one just to say, yeah, this is a great niche, because it is complicated. Technically, you're not supposed to sell these and ship them media mail, I don't think, because they come with advertisements in them, which technically disqualifies them for media mail. I would guess that a lot of sellers probably cheat, but it's something to keep in mind. Someone claims that you can sell these empty egg cartons. Here's some foam ones that sold for 16. 45 sold for not that much. I would imagine that these would be cheap to ship. 70 sold, 138 actives. This, I'm shocked to say, actually looks like it might be legit. Here's 28 that sold for 28 bucks. You can really sell these for $1 each? For farm seeds. Oh, it's for gardening, that's why. I will be damned. I guess you can make money with used egg cartons. This looks pretty good. These all look like they sell for just over $1 each. That's crazy to me. Kind of like perfume samples, makeup samples, $857, $1,700. I think that's a little bit of a better sell-through than the perfume samples. I don't know. Can you get these for free? I truly don't know. I don't know how this works. If you have them sitting around, maybe lot them up. Again, probably contingent upon brand and quality. If you just have a buttload of, buttload? If you have one load of makeup, then yeah, maybe. Gift bags, 1,300 to 38,000. I would not put a lot of hope in this. Something like that, Louis Vuitton. Wow, empty gift shopping bag, not even big, sold for 90 bucks. That's pretty, almost too good to be true. Hermès sold for 12. Chanel one, 9 bucks, 10 bucks, 12, 11. God, I'm tired. Do you have Fendi shoe boxes just sitting around in your palace? Sell them for some money to buy 1 tin of your organic cat food. Lots of used wine corks, 303 to 2100. Probably not worth it, and you have to clean them, I'm pretty sure. 50 wine corks for 10 bucks. 385 used wine corks sold for 30 bucks and change. There are bigger things to think about in life if you're in this position than making 30 bucks. Bulk soda pull tabs or pop can tabs. Sell-through is decent. Look at that, 110 to 171. 10,000 sold for around 50-ish. 500 for around 15. How are you going to get these pull tabs? You're going to get them by drinking soda and beer and whatever over the course of a decade, and then you'll be able to make 50 bucks. Or you're going to be going out and collecting cans. I guess that this would not take up that much space. If you drink a lot of soda, just throw the pull tabs in a drawer when you're done, and then maybe, you know, you make a couple bucks after a few months or years. Is this really worth the effort of even listing it? And if you really want to go source these, you're going to be collecting cans, and that is money. I'm not being funny here. That's money that homeless people need. So find a different niche, please. This is maybe the most mind-blowing of all of these niches that I looked into. Coupons, most of which you can probably get for free, have a crazy market on eBay. I had no idea. Look at these numbers, 7,800 to 2,000 actives. That's insane to me. And sure, they sell for nothing, but you are getting them for nothing, and you're shipping them probably in stamped envelopes, I would guess. 30 cents it costs for an envelope and a stamp, around there, if memory serves. 2 full sheets of Burger King coupons, $3. If you're sending them in envelopes, you don't have to worry about if they qualify for media mail or not. eBay has a whole page of policies about selling coupons. You can list up to 25 worth $100 in total per every 30 days. So that is pretty throttled. This is not great money. Some of it is, though. You can buy college credits. What? Charles Schwab golf vouchers. So these are probably like job perks that people get and they don't want to use. $500 coupon for $350. These are like loyalty rewards after a long time. People just want the cash. Permanent 75% off employee discount. This gets into, there are only certain sellers that are authorized to sell like digital downloads on eBay. So you probably can't tap into that right away, at least. But this is just nuts. Like, if I were to get into this, I would spend some time really digging into the nuts and bolts of how this works and what kind of coupons you can sell and who and why would buy them. And do you have regional advantages? Do you have access to certain stores? Maybe there's like a local store that's really popular online and you can only get the coupons in hard copy. I'm just purely speculating. Someone said sell your coat hangers. This person probably is not an eBay seller. 900 to 4,000 used coat hangers, unless they're made of like teak, are going to be valueless. Someone also said sell your old cell phone. Yeah, like used cell phones are one of the biggest niches on eBay. Tons of scams, tons of money. I don't know what the privacy, like your data on your phone situation is. Probably if you wipe the phone, it's safe. I don't know. I never sell cell phones because it's so scam intensive. But there's an ungodly amount of money in phones. Plenty of people base their entire reselling business just on old phones. So yeah, 100% valid way to make money. Just be cautious. Empty jars for canning. If you find them at a garage sale for really cheap, yeah, sell-through is okay. I know like mason jars were the thing for a while. Restaurants would buy them and use them, but also you can get those at like Dollar Tree, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know how strong this is going to be. Probably, you know, stuff like this. There, I would assume, are jar brands that are more popular than others. This is kind of on the lower end of plausible for me of like being worth it. Feathers that you can scavenge. This, I think, probably is even more labor intensive. But if you, let's say for some reason, you have a pet pheasant who drops feathers in your yard and you can collect them, and you're willing to sterilize them, probably, that's probably the thing to do. Birds carry lice. They can be disease vectors, I think, as we all know, including on their feathers. But there is a market for these. Here's another one that kind of blew my mind. I thought this would be a Pasha type situation. You collect samples of sand from specific beaches and sell it, market it as such. Look at the sell-through. It's like 50% sell-through, which is so much higher than I would have thought. Some of it sells for nothing. $6 for Florida beach sand, $5, $6 for beautiful California beaches. Keep in mind, if you can buy bulk baggies and some bulk labels, if you even need those, you can go out and source, what, $1,000 worth of sand in a couple of buckets. And here's some sand from India for 25 bucks. I don't know the logistics of, maybe you can buy in bulk and then resell. This is the strangest niche to me that actually kind of makes sense and would tempt me to try if I still lived in San Diego. Wood slices. These are used in arts and crafts. I've seen them used as drink coasters, I'm pretty sure. 26 bucks. If you're doing some landscaping, you happen to cut down a tree, you have the means to slice them finely like this, make them look attractive. Yeah, maybe. The sell-through, though, is god-awful. Personally, even if I had the means to do this, I wouldn't bother because the amount of time and effort that you have to put into this and the low sell-through would make it just not interesting to me. Sawdust technically has a market. Here's a big bag of red oak wood shavings. 6 sold to 26, not awful. I don't know, oh, for smoking, that makes sense. For smoking meat. Wood chips, walnuts. I don't know a lot about woods, but I would assume, like different kinds of wood, but I would assume that there are some that are worth more than others. It's not a terrible idea. Instruction manuals, again, just like magazines, relatively low sell-through. If you happen to have a good one that you don't need for like a digital camera or a popular appliance or something, and it's in demand, then it makes sense. Some of these, I think a tiny handful of them, like vintage ones, can be worth picking up specifically to resell, but I think this is kind of tough. In my experience, the best way to get free stuff to resell is on OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, and Craigslist. And there are some different terms that you can search. Curb alert is a good one. You have to, in my experience, check a bunch because these go immediately. People jump on them. You can find people leaving garbage bags of like plushes and toys and clothes especially out for free, or furniture. It's all going to be local pickups, and like I said, you have to be really fast. But I've found some good stuff, some really good stuff. I made a couple of videos that are pretty old at this point about doing specifically this, and I was surprised by how good the stuff, some of the stuff was that I found. Like I found a hand-knit Norwegian Fair Isle wool sweater that I ended up selling for at least 50 bucks. Free pair of girls' shoes. Free baby clothes. You find this all the time. If you are into selling kids clothes, it's not that hard to find kids clothes, because people don't think that they're worth anything, because they're not really, but you know. Hope this helps clarify and demystify some of these niches. This is just my own personal takes based on my own experience reselling. Most of it's not going to be worth your time, but if you find yourself in these unique scenarios where you just have like an unlimited supply of something that you can get for free that is niche, everybody doesn't have access to it, and you can scale it up, then it might be worth the time to do that. A couple of those might fit that description for you. Hope they do. Hope you make some money, got some ideas. See you on the next one.